Miles Kitselman.
Miles, first, how's the rehab coming from the spring? You expect to be ready to go for the season?
Yeah, it's going good, ahead of schedule right now. Just trying to focus on day by day. And yeah, I mean, everything's going ahead of schedule. Doc says that he can't tell the difference. So just feeling strong now, getting back out there on the field with everybody, and yeah, we should be good to go.
What's been your initial impressions of Joey, him coming in? What have you seen from him this summer?
Yeah, Joey's one of those guys. It's kind of like when you meet, you meet somebody and you immediately like hit it off. You guys both have the same sense of humor, similar personalities, and it's kind of like you've known each other for a while. And it's something that doesn't really happen a whole lot. But first week Joey was on campus. We went out to eat, hang out. He was like, "Hey man, you play Fortnite?" And I was like, "Yeah." in a little bit with our few spare hours that we get. And so, we play Fortnite almost every night. It's just one of those guys that you click with right off the bat. And I think that that's super special.
How special is it, especially him being the quarterback, you being there at the tight end, also being there to protect him as well, to have like that instant connection despite him coming in so late?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to be on the same page as far as players, but I think it's even more important whenever things aren't going right. And you need to have that conversation with somebody, and it's a difficult conversation to have with them, whether it be at halftime, coming off of a bad drive. When you do have that personal connection with somebody and you go call them out, they come call you out, it's not just somebody that you don't have a relationship with, and he's coming at you in a way that you may not take the right way. But whenever you have that connection with somebody and you do get after them and you have that difficult conversation with them, it's coming from love, and it's just because they want to see better from you and they want what's best for the team. So yeah, that connection means everything.
Is Joey more of like a one-on-one guy? You guys hung out, or is he more of a group guy? We heard he took the lineman out for dinner. How is he interacting with the other guys?
Yeah, I mean, Joey is one of those guys. It's like, "Hey man, you down to go do this?" And it's like, "Yeah," every time. So I think, to put it in a simple way, Joey's like, "Hey man, we're going to the pool." He's like, "All right, I'll be there at 5." So.
Miles, last year was your first season with the Vols, but it seems like you really bought into the program pretty quickly. You're on the leadership council. What separates UT's program from others that you've been a part of in the past?
I would say how well these guys accepted me here. Just everybody kind of putting their pride down as far as, I'm the new guy. We're going to try to show him how we do things around here. Like, it wasn't any of that. It was, "Hey man, this guy can help us go win. We need to embrace him as much as we can." And I just took that and ran with it, and I've tried to do everything I can to give it back to him.
Season ends in Columbus. You find out you got another year of eligibility. What was the timeline like, and how did you find out that you had another year?
Yeah, man, that was those were some crazy times. Going from, "Hey, I need to start getting ready for the NFL," to, "Okay, like I'm coming, I get another year, I get to come back." And man, just like even thinking about it now, it gives you kind of chills, just because I prayed about it for so long, and I knew that having an extra year would truly change my life and change my family's life, God willing, staying healthy and all that kind of stuff. And so just be able to have that extra year with my brothers, and kind of last year just working my way in, didn't really feel like I had that voice yet because I still had to prove myself, and now coming back another year as a leader on this team and hopefully somebody that can help us go win ball games, and just having that voice and being able to coach other players. It's everything that you dream of. Not just being a part of a program, but being one of the leaders in it is something I feel like I was born to do.
How quickly did you, once you found out you could come back, did you decide, "Hey, I'm coming back"? Was it
yeah.
pretty quick?
Yeah.
Instant?
Yeah. No, it was a very easy decision.
How has your perspective changed through the time you say you spent praying, or through the injury, getting this extra year? How does that change your perspective coming into this season?
Yeah, I think last year, I didn't play a whole lot. Last year was really my first true season being on the field, and it was definitely a confidence issue. Do I really belong in the SEC? Do I really belong in college sports? Am I good enough for this? So last year was a lot of confidence building, a lot of, can I actually do this? To where coming into this year, it's like, okay, I know I belong. I know I can do this. How can I improve my game in these little aspects that I wasn't really focused on last year because I was so wrapped up in, do I even belong here? So it's just huge having that confidence. I mean, if you're a ball player, you know that confidence is everything. And now that I've built a little bit of that up, I can focus on other aspects of my game.
Miles, as you built on that confidence, did you have moments where you thought, "Man, if I could just have one more year in this offense, one more year in this program, how much further I could take my game"? Did that cross your mind in October and November as things were winding down?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were trying. Our compliance team was trying. We came up with every single situation that we thought that we could attack, trying to get another year, and we were doing that for months. I mean, we started that all the way back last April, trying to get me another year. So yeah, I mean, it was a long time that I'd been thinking about that. Just one more year could change everything for me, and I just can't thank God enough for giving that to me.
And to have that final year with Tennessee, how special is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about culture wherever they're at. Our culture is this, our culture is that. But Tennessee really is like family to me. And I know, whether God wants me to go play in the NFL and have a long career or not, and, he could take this game away from me at any moment, I know that I'll have these connections, and it's really Vol for life in Tennessee and Knoxville. I couldn't ask for a better family surrounded by me.
What's the one thing that we need to know about the tight end room? What's the one thing we need to know about the tight end room?
Yeah, the tight end room. Man, one thing I really love about our tight end room is that we're all together, and they allow me to lead them. I love that. I love how the younger guys kind of just put their pride aside. It's like, yeah, I was a 4-star. Yeah, I was a 5-star. Like, I love how those younger guys just kind of put that to a side. Like, okay, this isn't high school anymore. Ethan Davis, myself, those guys they've gone and done it. They've won football games. They've played a lot. I'm going to put my pride aside, and I'm going to listen to them. And because of that, we've all gotten on the same page and on the same line, and we all hold each other accountable. Like just the other day, Jack Van Dorser held me up to the standard in our lift, and not very often do you have a freshman that has the confidence to call out a senior like that, and I love that because I need that. I need people to push me.
What do you draw from the college football playoff experience, and how do you put that in perspective in terms of this season?
Yeah, kind of like what Bryson was talking about. It was a great learning experience. We're not gonna cut around corners. It sucked, but at the same time, like that's the taste that we have in our mouth right now, and we're gonna come out. And we're gonna play hungry and play fast because of that.
You and Arion were on stage there after the spring game talking about how you were going to respond to the quarterback situation. How has that, now that Joey's here and everything, and you've got that competition ongoing, how has the team responded to that whole situation?
Yeah, like what I touched back in April, man, this just breeds competition, and I love that because when you're a named starter, even like myself, I struggle with this, getting comfortable. I'm the 5th year. I don't necessarily have to go do extra work and that kind of stuff, but then I have to bring myself back and thinking that somebody else out there is trying to take my spot. And I think whenever you have, 3 guys in a room that are all competing and saying, no, I'm going to watch more film, I'm going to do more rehab, I'm going to take care of my body better, and they're all competing, not only does that make themselves better, and that's going to put us in a better position as a team, but that makes everybody better.
Back in the spring, you mentioned that there's individuals and there's teams that operate as one team. How have you seen this team take another step forward in being one cohesive unit throughout the summer?
Yeah, I mean, kind of what we were talking about with Joey, talking about, hey man, we're all going to the pool and we're all there. I mean, I think, man, it was like a random Thursday night. We maybe had 40 or 50 dudes just hanging out at the pool, just getting to know each other. And I think that's awesome. I told my dad about that, and he just couldn't get enough of it about how awesome that was. And you don't see that everywhere. You don't see 50 or 60 guys on a football team come together on a Thursday afternoon and work on our tests that we have, our position tests that we have on Fridays, and stuff like that, and just talking ball and getting to know each other and building those connections.
Miles, why do you think that this team has taken on that personality? Was it what happened in spring? Was there a leadership movement that, hey, we need to be closer in this current climate of college sports? Why do you think this team is built the way you're talking about them being built right now?
Yeah, I think whenever you have something happen like what we had in spring, you have guys that kind of fall out and don't necessarily buy into it, and then you have a lot of guys that kind of have that chip on their shoulder. And I think that everybody has came together on the same page, saying that we're all going to need each other if we want to go out and do what we really want to do.
Anything else for Miles?
Yeah, mentally, how did you get back to that point to where you knew you belonged in the SEC? What'd you do?
I just went out and played. I had an okay season last year, but it's nothing compared to, what I know I can go do. But really just being out there, starting in 13 games, that naturally builds your confidence. But like I said, I have a lot of work to do. And just because I have a little bit of confidence doesn't mean that I can be comfortable.
Thanks, Miles.